What is good, everybody? I am back, and today I just want to show you guys some of my Halo discs collections, whatever you want to say. I throw a lot of Halo discs. I bag a lot of Halo discs, a lot meaning like 4 or 5. They're kind of my go-to discs. My brother Austin kind of got me hooked on them. If you've been following along with the channel, I'm sure you've seen me throw a few of these discs. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I post content every week. Disc golf content, that is. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into the video, why you guys are here, and get into these Halo discs. Alright, I'm going to start off with the obvious. You guys probably seen it if you've been on the channel, which is my Halo Wraiths. So this is my newest one. I got it black with that like bronze stamp. I got this disc to fly a little bit more stable than my other ones because I got this green one here, which is my least stable Wraith. And so I bought this one brand new thinking I needed a more stable one, and apparently this one flies just like this one in my opinion. So I took this one out of the bag for now and picked up this like blue purple, who I got it from Tori. He says it's purple. I've had like 3 other people tell me it's blue. I think it's blue. But this one definitely flies a bit more stable than this one, so there's a reason I need this in the bag. I've thought about upgrading to one of the Garrett Girthy wraiths. I hear those are very beefy. I actually have a few on my site for sale at www.chaseandchains.shop. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go shop those. But I hear those are really beefy, so it could just kind of take this one out, throw that one in. I'm not sure. I don't know if I really need to, because I don't find myself having to throw this too often. Usually stick with my green one, my go-to, which looks like I need to put my name on. I thought it was on here, but apparently it's not. If I ever lose this, I honestly, I might shed a tear. Next up is my go-to straight disc. If I just need to throw something straight or hold a slight anti-line, it's not going to hold it for very long, I feel like. But that's this Halo Leopard 3. Right out of the box, this was flying rather stable for me, and now it's just kind of one of those straight discs. I don't throw mid-ranges very often. I don't really like the rim on mids. I need to get used to it. I need to do some field work with mids. So instead, I usually just throw this kind of softer. If it's a true mid shot, I might put it on a little bit of ante so that it kind of settles nicely. Next up is this lightweight Valkyrie, 168 grams. I'm throwing this now for flip-up hyzers. It's a very understable disc for me, 9.4, -2.2. If I throw this on a baby hyzer or flat, it's just going to cruise right. There's been a few occasions where if I really need a straight shot, I'm going to put this on a little hyzer and just let it flip up and ride straight. The only problem with that is that you really need to get that angle and speed right, because this thing will start cruising right on you and never really come back. Since I've been throwing backhand more often, I've been loving this disc. It really gives me a lot more distance, and it's a great turnover backhand shot. Next up is this sweet yellow and orange strike, Halo Strike, 170 grams. I'm throwing this mainly on forehand flicks right now, if I am throwing it. So this, for me, seems to be very understable when I throw it on a forehand. You can throw this on another baby hyzer and it just cruises left, and it'll have a slight finish at the end, but nothing too crazy. It's kind of a touchy disc for my forehand, and on my backhand, it just seems so beefy. I don't get it, because, little backstory on this disc. I was doing some field work the other month, probably. There's trees, and there's trees on the right side, houses on the left side. Well, this thing, I put on a little anhyzer, threw it backhand, and it never came out of it, went right into those trees. Looked for it for like 30 minutes, gave up, went home, came back, you know, month later, probably a week ago, was looking around, and there it was. I was thinking after it sat in rain, the weather conditions, you know, become a little less stable, but I still can't seem to throw it backhand. Austin throws these. He loves this disc. This, to him, is like my Wraith to me. This is his go-to, so I might end up trading him a Wraith for this strike. I'm not really sure. They are good, like forehand flip-up shots, where you don't really have to throw them hard to get them to go straight, and just a slightly harder, and this thing's going to just cruise left for a right-handed forehand player. Next up is this 173-5 Halo Sidewinder. This one is now out of my bag. I didn't really see a reason to have it in there anymore. I never saw myself getting it out to throw. Let me tell you, this Halo plastic makes this much more stable. I used to throw a Sidewinder Champion in the Champion plastic, and that thing, you could tell, was so understable. This just seems so stable. I even see Austin throwing these, which has a lot more power in his backhand than me, and you know, he gets it to turn a little bit, but it still comes out of it. So for me, I was like, what am I really going to throw this for? What that my other ones, you know, that my more comfortable discs aren't doing. So I ended up taking it out of the bag, but it is sweet green and red. And one of the reasons I was pumped to get this one was just because it matched my Wraith. So it's got that, you know, silver stamp there. And I really do like the stamp, but just not really throwing it anymore. These last 4 discs, one is kind of like a gem. I feel like they're kind of going for, you know, a pretty good amount. The other 3 are more like backups, sweet looking Wraiths, and a leopard 3. I'll start off with my gem, I would say, and it's this USDGC Halo Roadrunner, 175 grams. I did bag this at one point. I love to throw this on a little bit of Annie and it'd always rock out of it. It's similar to why I pulled this Sidewinder out of my bag, because I didn't see myself throwing it that often, and they're going for some money now. So if I'm not going to throw it very often, why keep it in the bag? And why not just save it, and, you know, maybe I can get a little bit of money out of it later. Maybe I can trade it to Austin, who, you know, likes these collector pieces. Not really sure. It has been thrown, so that takes a little bit of value off, of course, but it is in rather decent condition, so I think I could get something out of it. Next up is this Halo Leopard 3. You know, I bought this just because I kind of needed a backup. Hazy Shade, the local shop around town, had them back in stock, so I decided that I was going to pick it up in case I lost my my other one that I throw all the time. I'm really hoping this one flies similar to that. This is the Tour Series version. You know, that one's just a USDGC. It was produced at a different time, so I'm sure they might have a slightly different flight path. Hopefully they're relatively the same, because I love that one. This one, you know, is just sitting on the shelf waiting to be thrown one day. Last but not least are my backup Wraiths, if I ever need them. I already have 3 that I've thrown, so I'm sure those will get cycled in first. These ones might sit on the shelf, might sit on the wall, not really sure. First up is this green one with the outer blue rim. I think this thing is really cool looking. Another max weight Wraith, but this one is probably by far my favorite disc that I own, with that black rim, the pink inside with the silver stamp, max weight, and this one seems a little pop top. We'll see how it flies maybe one day, but this thing I just think is absolutely sexy. I love this disc. Maybe one day it'll get thrown, who knows. For now, it's gonna sit in this package, which kinda, I know, upsets a lot of people, and it did me for a while Austin collected discs, but you know, you start getting addicted to this stuff. It becomes more and more fun to purchase some of the cooler looking discs, and then it makes you kind of feel bad when you throw them and scratch them up. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I love buying discs. It's kind of like I love buying my shoes, but a lot of my shoes just sit there, a lot of my discs just sit there, so I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for my Halo disc collection. Like I said, most of them I am throwing. I do bag them. I love the Halo discs. They look cool and they fly very nicely. So once you get kind of used to that stability or break some of these ones in, I think you guys will also really like them. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button like I said in the beginning of the video. Hopefully you do that. Go smash that subscribe button, please. Anyway, follow ChasinChains_ on Instagram, where I post there daily, and we'll see you on the next one.